and today I'm going to be reading you Emmeline Pankhurst. Now this is a story about a girl called Emmeline. She also helps women get the right to vote. In old days, women didn't get to vote, only men did. Well, men with money. Let's hear about her story. Little People, Big Dreams, Emmeline Pankhurst. Emmeline was born into a big family in a nice house in Manchester, England. At the time she grew up, life was hard for many people. Her parents did whatever they could to help, and they often brought young Emmeline along. Emmeline learned to read when she was 3, just like me. And it became her favorite thing to do. She read the newspaper and book after book, drawn to stories of heroes who fought for others. She dreamt about who she might become. But Emmeline didn't have many choices because she was a girl. One night, she heard her father say that it was too bad she wasn't a boy. She wouldn't go to university, get a job, or even vote like her brothers. Emmeline didn't understand why. That's not fair. She began to read about women's rights and begged her mother to bring her to a meeting so she could learn. Oh, please, 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 please. There, Emmeline heard that women in England, like in many other countries, were treated unfairly. They needed the right to vote in order to change things. Emmeline knew what she had to do. As soon as Emmeline finished school, she began working for women's rights. One of the leaders of the cause was a lawyer named Richard, who also believed that women should be equal to men. The two fell in love, working side by side to help women win the right to vote. Emmeline and Richard married and had a family. For many years, they tried to get voting rights for women, but nothing changed. Sadly, Richard became sick and died, leaving Emmeline with 4 children, little money, and no rights as a woman. Emmeline had to work very hard to support her family, but she didn't stop supporting women's rights. Soon, it was her daughters who begged Emmeline to take them to meetings. They asked why women had been following unfair rules for so long. This gave Emmeline an idea. Deeds, not words. Actions, not words. Deeds means action. Emmeline and her daughters became the leaders of a new group of women, a group that would stop following the rules and would fight for their rights. People called them suffragettes. They started by speaking out on street corners and at fairs. They stood up to protest at big meetings. Some people laughed at ha 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 ha, but others began to listen. The government tried to stop them, so they fought harder. They marched in the streets, they broke windows, set fires, and chained themselves to railings. Even though some were hurt and others arrested, more and more women joined Emmeline's group. They were braver than anyone had imagined. In between spending days in prison, Emmeline traveled to the USA. USA is America. And spoke at big theatres. People gathered by the thousands to hear her. She told them she would keep fighting until every woman was free to do the same things as men. Women are human beings. Then a great war broke out and lots of men went off to fight. Emmeline encouraged suffragettes to take over jobs that only men had done before. They were stronger than anyone had believed. Women Police Service! After the war, Emmeline's dream came true. Women would finally get the right to vote. By fighting for others, Emmeline had done what no one thought a little girl could do. She had become a hero. Pankhurst. This is Emmeline Pankhurst. She was born in Manchester in 1858 and fought hard for equal voting rights for women. Find out more about her below.
I'm Emmeline Pankhurst, and for the first time ever, I, as a woman, have the backing of Parliament to vote for who runs the country. This would not have happened without the suffragettes. Until now, the only people who got to vote were men. Well, some men with money. There were groups who argued that that wasn't fair, but government didn't listen. So my daughters and I started the WSPU, the Women's Social and Political Union. I made speeches urging women to take action. Deeds, not words. This upset those in charge. So much so that many suffragettes were imprisoned, seen as criminals rather than protesters. Some people in Parliament defended us and tried to change the law, but they were unsuccessful. We argued but were treated terribly for it. Women were hurt, some even died. It seemed government cared more for rich men's property than human life. So this is where we struck back.
You're accused of burning down a golf club, bothering the king, smashing the Prime Minister's windows.
In 1914, the war began. We put our own fight on hold to concentrate on the war effort. What was the use of fighting for a vote if we didn't have a country to vote in? The year is now 1918, and last month the war ended. It's taken a lifetime of struggle for women, like me, to perform this small act of voting. But many other women still do not have this right. There is still work to do.
Key fact: Emmeline Pankhurst thought that women should have equal rights to men. She started the Women's Social and Political Union with her daughters. Members became known as suffragettes. Suffragettes believed in taking action so that people would listen to them. Many thought that they were criminals because of this. Did you know Emmeline had 10 brothers and sisters? She was the oldest girl. Emmeline's husband was also involved in the fight for women's rights. She often wore a disguise when she was out to make it harder for the police to see her and arrest her. Wow, I wish I could do the same thing as Emmeline Pankhurst if I lived in the old days. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.